airport chaos. Now, the Chennai airport has issued an advisory asking passengers to arrive at least 3 hours early to the airport prior to their scheduled departure to beat the holiday rush in view of the upcoming festive season. Now, the facility is expecting a surge in passenger volume, and it is likely to rise further with the onset of the festive season. Now, the Chennai airport also tweeted, and I quote, "Due to the surge in air travel owing to the festive season, we request our valued passengers to arrive at the airport well in advance to have a hassle-free transit." Now, a similar type of advisory was issued by the Guwahati airport asking passengers to arrive at least 3 hours prior to their scheduled departure, and said that we request all our passengers transiting through the airport to allocate additional time for travel-related formalities and mandatory security protocols. Now, remember, this of course comes over the last 2 weeks. Passengers have been posting pictures and videos of long queues and overcrowding at the IGI airport in Delhi and the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport in Mumbai, prompting authorities to take note and tell airlines and airport operators to ease the congestion. Now, what is exactly the situation and response at the Chennai airport after this particular advisory? To tell us more, I have my colleague Shri Prapanch joining me live. Shri Prapanch, very good morning to you. We see that the fact of this congestion at the airports is now trickled down to Chennai as well. But talk to us about the advisory that has been meted out by the airport, number one. On the other hand, it is also stated this is due to holiday season rush, but we always see that every year during this particular period. So why is it that this time around things are so different?
Now, the users of flight for, in fact, travel has risen. In fact, there's a upsurge in usage of people who are using flights, and recent times, in fact, Airport Authority of India had also said that nearly, in fact, 53 to 55,000 passengers are using, in fact, flights, and almost 380 to 400 flights a day. Now, this is the kind of number that they are dealing with, and that surge during the holidays will be increased, and for that, in fact, to maintain the timings. In fact, there are passengers who come in the neck of the moment to ease the comfort of the, in fact, the check-in area and also the security area, because that takes time, because security area, all the baggages are checked, the passengers are checked in the security area. So for that to reduce time, and since there are a lot of passengers that are using flights for travel during the holidays, this is an advisory that has been issued by the Chennai airport that due to the holiday season, they are asked to come early prior to their departure, and once they are checked in, it is in fact comfortable for the passengers as well as the airline to in fact facilitate them for their comfort travel. But once they arrive at the deck of the moment, it takes, in fact, they do disturb a lot of people, because they will have to jump lines, and also the airline people have to in fact accommodate them. So to in fact, solve those issues, we could see that the airline has in fact advised this passengers who are traveling during the holidays via air, they have asked them to come early.
Joining us on the broadcast and getting us those details in terms of the advisory that has been issued by the Chennai airport. But we're understanding that a similar advisory has also been issued at the Guwahati airport. And to tell us more about that, I have my colleague Nibir joining me on the phone lines. Nibir, a very good morning to you. Give us more details in terms of the fact that this advisory has been issued. What is interesting is generally when we look at an international airport, takeoff for a particular flight, it is advised to come in 3 hours early. But this is happening with the domestic airlines as well. And on the other hand, what are the reactions coming in? Have you managed to talk to any one of them about the new advisory that's come in?
Well, yes, indeed, the Guwahati International Airport has issued a public advisory requesting domestic-bound flights, passengers to report at least 2 to 3 hours early to avoid congestion. And the airport authorities have cited that they are expecting a surge in passenger volume with the onset of the festive season, and as a result of that, they have issued this particular advisory to avoid the rush that is going to, be caused by the heavy footfall that is expected in the festive season in the month of December. And, a lot of people from the northeast states, especially during Christmas time, travel to other parts of the country as well as abroad. So you can expect a lot of, traffic movement as well as, congestion. However, this has, been a hindrance for many passengers here, because already the the roads leading to the airport has already been, there is a problem of traffic jam in those roads. So people anyway come out at least 2 to 3 hours, and now with this advisory, further this is like a double whammy for the public, because they will now have to even bear those lines that have been done in the airport. And I also spoke to a few of the airport officials. They have cited that during winter time the checking, there is more layers to the checking, because people wear jackets, and there are more layers to the checking, and as a result of that the congestion occurs, and as a result of that this public advisory has been issued. But the bigger question that the people have been asking is that why haven't been more gates been added, or more security checkpoints being added to avoid this congestion? So that is the bigger question that the public has been asking ever since the advisory came out on the 15th of December.
Absolutely, Nabir. That is the bigger question, because we have seen that after the Civil Aviation Minister did that surprise check in New Delhi, where the IGI was, of course, going to this congestion, that was one of the solutions that had given out. But, of course, we'll continue to track that particular story. But for the moment, want to thank both Sri Prapanch as well as Nabir joining me on the broadcast and getting us those latest updates. But now